One of my biggest goals was just to become a non-sloppy person. And by sloppy, I just mean like you just see me like 2 years ago going outside and you kind of just like you look at me and go like, yeah, this guy doesn't have enough like experience in life. He's just kind of like a noob at life. And that was like it like all started like 2 years ago because that's when I started like, socializing more. I was quite like an introvert for the longest time. I kind of just stayed at home. And sure, like I would talk to friends. I went to like, a very like few social events. So it wasn't like I was like, I'd never seen a human in my life. But like I just didn't really go out that much. And there was just many things I just kind of like was very sloppy with. And so the reason it started 2 years ago is that's when I moved into like a student dorm, and so basically like every day I'll be going outside, having like a lot of social interactions, and it was very fun. But I did manage to like make a lot of mistakes, and these are kind of like the tiny mistakes that I have here. And I made like this sloppiness tracker just to kind of remind myself like just to avoid these like very simple things like next time. And some of these things are very like basic, but like for me at the time, like it just really pissed me off that I made these mistakes in the first place because they're like things that I would never have imagined like to make. It's kind of like in an exam, you make like these silly mistakes in maths where you just add the numbers wrong. This is what it kind of felt like. And so I tried to make an error list, but for life. Like for example, forgetting the pen card. So this was the school I went to, UPenn. And I just forgot my student card. And so I literally was locked out of my own room and my roommate wouldn't come back until like midnight. So I had to like wait like a few hours just because I forgot my like pen card. But luckily I did get that ending I did get that like replaced. So that was okay. I dropped my friends, so Megan, dropped her credit card into like a pile of food when we were eating. And it ended up with like oil all over it. So like literally just holding something more stably. I don't know like why I struggle with that for some reason. I left my water bottle at a hotel. That was a sloppy move. I had like teeth, like green food, like a leaf in my teeth. Luckily, I don't know if I had I can't remember the exact situation, but it may have been like for a decent like conversation that I had that thing stuck in my teeth. And now I'm always like paranoid. I always like check before, like every 10 minutes before I like talk to someone. Just dropping the knife in like a restaurant. Like sometimes when I just hold a knife and fork, I just like drop it for no reason or like just knock it over. Yeah, so that's obviously like very, very like sloppy. Spitting gum out in front of a person. Don't worry, I did not spit it at the person. I like just spat it out like while they were watching, which was it was just a bit distasteful. I dropped my like watch on the ground like at a I guess you'll call it like a frat party, and yeah, almost lost it, which is not great. Don't slip over. Just kind of like basic things because you just kind of embarrass like yourself if you just do that. I realized sometimes in photos I had like a massive hunch just from staying indoors all day. So that's something I need to keep in mind. Again, dropping forks. This seems like a pretty common theme actually. I should probably use cutlery more. Zip untied. Obviously that was just an embarrassing moment. But they're just tiny things. Like you might look at this and you think that's a very like, autistic list or something, but they're just like tiny things that I always like keep in mind. So, like maybe for you, this is not a concern at all, but this is something that was quite helpful for me just to always keep in mind. And yeah, if you're in a similar position, maybe something like this would help, but hopefully like, these things are basically eradicated. Like most of these things I haven't made the mistake like again recently, which is good. But yeah, just gaining that life XP, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of like my sloppiness tracker. And yeah, I'm glad that I haven't been adding too much to it recently. So that's kind of like what I wanted to share in this video.